Hello everybody, welcome to another tutorial from Sound for More. It's Leo speaking. Today we're going to start the journey in recording audio loops inside Loopy Pro. Before I start, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. So in the first part we introduced the interface of Loopy Pro so that you could get accustomed a little bit and how to navigate around the application. Now it's time to record something, indeed, to create an audio loop. The first thing I would like to recommend is that you check your audio input, particularly if you have an audio interface, or even if you don't have an audio interface. For example, if you're just using your iPod, what you find is that when you create a new project, Loopy Pro will have the iPod microphone with monitoring on, which will interfere with your recording. So I suggest that you go to the mixer here. You find this entry here, or this strip channel here for your microphone, your hardware input. You click here where it says 1+2 and you disable the monitoring. I have already done that. Okay, and this is where also you can set additional settings for monitoring through the gain and the output channels as well, which indeed are really useful. As you can see, you have the meter level here, which is based on me actually talking as I'm recording the video. Okay, so let's go back to the view of the loops. Let's ensure also that we have reset all the settings for the tempo. So there is no tempo selected, no number of bars selected. So therefore you see this detection range visible. Okay, and let's ensure as well that under clip settings, so we use the same setting. You click on restore and then restore default. So we start from an even baseline. Okay, so because there is no tempo selected and there are no numbers of bars selected, when you click on a loop, it will start to record and it will not stop until you actually have clicked again on the loop. Remember that Loopy Pro works on release, so you press and then you need to let go to record, and then you need to press again to actually stop it. And there are also settings about number, how it will synchronize the start and the stop of the loops, including the recording of the loops, which is about quantization, which I will explain in following tutorials. So as soon as a loop is recorded, it is set to play straight away. So let's do something simple. I click on it and I mention 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I let Loopy Pro to record. It will start to play straight away, and then I click on the loop again to stop it. Okay, let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, you have this rotating a little line going around, which is very useful because it tells you where it is in the cycle of the loop within a bar. Okay, so click on it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice that if you click when that bar is roughly here, it will wait for a synchronization to start at the beginning of the loop roughly here. The same when you click to stop, it will wait for a clean stop. And that is because we have under clip settings at the moment set play stop quantization to loop, i.e. play and stop in sync with cycles the same length as the specific loop, okay? Which we'll see how we can change that later on. So the other thing that you can see is on the top left, you have this little symbol, click on it, and what you find is that Loopy Pro gives you a number of options that it has determined on how to detect the length of the loop and therefore the bits per minute. So he's saying, I'm suggesting 94 bits per minute, 1 bar, and there's one option, or you can go for this option, which has a different bits per minute, different length of bars, etc., etc. Also notice that you can double the time or half it as well, and that becomes useful in terms of manipulation. Additionally, you see an option down here called Trim Manually. Click on it, and this is where you can actually click on the bar, move left and right, like so. I'll try again with my finger. There you go. Finally managed to move it, and you can see you can move it around the waveform that has been recorded. And it will change as you do that, the bits in a bar and a number of bars and also the bits per minute. When you are done, just click OK. So you can do quite fine manipulation as well, depending on how you move the bar. As you can see, after a while, you can actually decide, you can also, if you move it slowly, you can also make fine adjustment like so. When you're finished, click apply. There you go. You have your sample. Let's listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. As you can see, also, if you look up here on the top right corner, you see that the tempo that has been determined is 101.76. And it says it is a cycle of 1 bar. So that is what the Loopy Pro has determined. Now, let's look at some of the basics in terms of loop manipulation. If you click with one finger, you will start the loop. If you click again, you stop the loop. If you click with one finger and hold, then click with another finger, for example, down here, so one at the top and one at the bottom, and hold, and then you rotate left and right, you can actually rotate the position, which is really nice. The other thing as well that you can do, if you click somewhere, hold, and start to move in an arch fashion like that, you will show you the volume level, and you can adjust it as well very nicely. So click and hold and move with one finger, and you can move that recording to another clip with a different color. As you can see that the new audio recording has gone on the color yellow. So click and hold again, and you can move it back to the orange color. Now click and hold with 2 fingers and move, and it will copy. So now we have the same loop, the same recorded, but we have 2 of them which are exactly identical. So we copied it in the color yellow, as you can see. So that's very easy way to actually duplicate your waveform directly inside another color. If you think you've done a mistake, well, there are different options that you can choose to actually delete your recording. So if you click and hold and drag out for very quickly, like that, depending on how far you go in release, if you do a short release, it will give you an option of to clear the recording or to re-record it. Or if you do it far enough, like so, it will actually delete it for you automatically. And again, those gestures can actually be changed through different settings in the application, which is very nice indeed. Now, if we wanted to just copy and paste what we currently have, including the color, well, let's go here where it says, where you see this pencil, just click on it. Okay, let's ensure that we are on this first option here with the grid. Click and hold on the pencil there. You see an option menu which allows you to delete, copy, export, and clear. You can copy. Now let's go to the second one, click and hold. Let's say we delete that. It doesn't give you that at that time the option to paste. Now you can click and hold, let go, and now you can paste. And as you can see, now you have a perfect copy, including actually the settings of the colors, which comes very handy. And again, If you don't like that, well, okay, fine, click on hold and just delete that as well. And what you can do if you want to reset it as it was before, you can click here, right, to create another loop. Okay, as you can see, it has a different color. So let's say that we wanted to set it back to yellow. Click on the edit button. You can see a screen here with the different settings for that clip. Click at the top right here where you see the color, and then change the color there, click close, and now you go back to what you had at the beginning. And then if you click on all the little circles, you are back on the main screen. So as you can see, it's really straightforward to record a loop. The next thing I want to show you is if you click with 2 fingers on the loop, you start overdubbing. Okay, so let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, I have overdubbed something silly on top of my counting. Now let's test a little bit the undo functionality. As you can see, it works perfectly, which is very, very nice. Next, I want to show you a little bit the settings that I mentioned in part 1. So I talked about the metronome, so let's activate it. Okay, and next I'm going to show you, going in the settings, the different type of sounds that you can set for the metronome. So let's listen. So as you can see, you have a bit of a selection of the type of metronome you want to use. I also mentioned in part 1 that you can use this flashing as a metronome, so let's have a look at it. As you can see on the screen, you have different flashes, and when the bar starts, you can see a bigger flash. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you see a different flashing when it restarts, and that is based on the fact that we have 4 bits in a bar as it has been set by default. Now that we have created a loop, and this loop is on this tempo, it is 1 bar as a length. That becomes, if you like, your master loop. Therefore, when you're recording next, it will use the length of what you already did recording on your master loop, unless you change it. Okay, so let's record, for example, my fingers. Okay, so okay, as you can hear, not well synchronized. Something else I want to show you is also you can click up here to stop the entire loops. And when this is not playing, if you click on the loop, nothing happens. You activate them, but they don't play. You have to click play up here. Now, as you have seen earlier on, you can start, for example, to rotate it, synchronize it a little better. But what you notice is that there are different lengths, particularly after the 4th click. So if you click and hold the move up, you access this different menu, like so, which will seem a different option as we go through the tutorials. And here again, you can start to move the bars to have different selection, like so. Okay, so that looks a bit better. So let's do like that. And let's play and activate them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as you can see, of course, it's been recording in real time, so you would not expect my vocals and my fingers click to actually be synchronized. But as you can see, It's very easy to record loops and therefore clips in Loopy Pro. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this part. As mentioned in the first tutorials of the series, there is lots to go through, so I'm going to take it step by step and slowly and gently and guide you through all the functionality of this fantastic app. Okay, thank you. See you next time. Bye.